Hello, I'm your friend Teacher Sam. Today, we are going to explore how to ask questions politely in English. Now, why is this important, you might wonder? Well, politeness is a universal language, and in English, it's no different. It's about showing respect, creating a positive impression, and fostering good communication. There are various ways to frame polite questions in English, and we'll discover them one by one. We'll look at the use of the words could, would, may, and might. These are all considered polite forms of asking questions, and each has its own unique usage and context. Understanding these will not only enhance your English speaking skills, but also help you navigate social and professional scenarios with grace and confidence. Are you ready to learn? Let's dive in. Let's start with the first way to ask polite questions, using could. Could is a magical word that can transform your questions from ordinary to extraordinary polite. It's like adding a cherry to your ice cream sundae of conversation. Just think about a situation where you need to know the time but don't have a watch. Instead of blurting out "what's the time," you could say, "Could you please tell me the time?" Hear the difference? The second sentence is much more polite, isn't it? Or if you need to borrow a pen from someone, instead of saying, "Can I use your pen?" you could ask, "Could I borrow your pen, please?" Again, the use of could makes your request sound much more respectful. That's the power of could. It's a more polite form of can and can make your questions sound more considerate and respectful. Remember, could is a great way to sound more polite when asking questions. Next up is would. It's another useful word when you want to ask questions politely. Would is a versatile term that softens the tone of your questions, making them sound more respectful and considerate. It's like the well-mannered cousin of will. Let's take a look at some examples. Imagine you're in a room where the air feels a bit stuffy. Instead of bluntly saying, "I'm opening the window," you could ask, "Would you mind if I open the window?" It's a small change, but it makes a world of difference in politeness. Or perhaps you need assistance with a task. Instead of demanding, "Help me with this," you can say, "Would it be possible for you to help me with this?" It's not just about asking for help, it's about asking in a way that respects the other person's time and effort. So, would is another excellent choice for polite questions. Lastly, we have may and might. These two words may seem a touch more formal, but they're fantastic tools for asking polite questions. Think of may and might as the well-mannered cousins of can and could. They're used in much the same way, but they add an extra layer of courtesy. For instance, instead of saying, "Can I join you for lunch?" you could say, "May I join you for lunch?" It's a subtle difference, but it can go a long way in showing respect. Similarly, instead of asking, "Could you assist me with this?" you might say, "Might you be able to assist me with this?" Notice how may and might lend a softer, more polite tone to the questions. They're especially useful when you're speaking with someone you don't know very well, or in any situation where you want to show a high degree of respect. With may and might, you can ask questions in a very polite and formal way. Well done! You've learned how to ask questions politely in English using could, would, may, and might. Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane. We've discussed the use of could for requests and suggestions, would for polite offers and invitations, may for formal requests, and might to express possibility. Each of these words serves as a tool to soften your inquiries, making them less direct and therefore more polite. But why is this important? Politeness in language creates a positive impression, fosters respect, and promotes effective communication. It's not just about sounding good, it's about showing consideration for others. So, keep practicing these polite question forms. In no time, it will become an effortless part of your English conversation. Remember, being polite is not just about manners, it's about making others feel respected and comfortable. Keep practicing, and soon, asking polite questions in English will become second nature to you. Thanks for joining me today. This is Teacher Sam, signing off.